Good evening from Nassau County Coliseum in suburban New York. Tonight it's the second annual ABA-NBA Super Game. I'm Don Cricky. I'll be calling the play-by-play for you. Doing some analysis on the ABA is Cliff Hagan, a two-time All-American at the University of Kentucky. Later, you'll recall he was 6 times an NBA All-Star with the St. Louis Hawks. He played and he coached in the ABA. And, Cliff, what do you think this game means to the ABA players?
Well, I think it means a great deal. This game was just played a year ago tonight, and the NBA won by 5 points. Well, since then, there have been some great players to come into the ABA, and like Artis Gilmore, a big 7'2" man. We've got Dan Issel, who'll be playing tonight. Julius Ervin, an unstoppable man, and I think they might make up that 5-point deficit tonight.
All right, Cliff, another of our analysts this evening is Hot Rod Hundley. Do you remember at West Virginia's an All-American, later with the Minneapolis and Los Angeles Lakers. And how about the NBA players? I know you talked with a lot of them, Rod. How do they look at the game?
Well, I think they want to win it, Don, and they've got to be the favorite in this game. They've got Wilt Chamberlain, who'll be starting at center. They've got Gail Goodrich replacing Jerry West, who's a great shooter. And it should be an interesting game. It's going to be speed from both sides and great rebounding by Chamberlain. I look for a great game.
Look for a big close.
It should be.
All right, Hot Rod.
On our scouting report tonight, the coach of the NBA All-Stars, a former great basketball player with the Minneapolis and Los Angeles Lakers, considered by many the greatest all-around basketball player ever to play the game. Elgin Baylor. Elgin, the coach of the All-Stars. You've got a lot of talent. You've played in a lot of All-Star games in the past, and this should be a great one.
I think so, Rob, because the ABA has a lot of talent this year. I think they're much stronger than they were last year. They have this big kid, Artis Gilmore, in the center. I'm quite sure he'll present a problem. However, we do have a great bunch of ball players. We have 11 of the greatest ball players in the NBA. However, some of them didn't show up. They're a little late getting here, I think, because of traffic problems. Walt Frazier isn't here, and Archibald. But anyway, I think we'll have a great game.
Elgin, you played against Wilt Chamberlain. You played with Wilt. And when you played against him and against guys like Russell, and I'm sure you feel the same way about Gilmore, that when the players drive across that middle, you've got to be conscious of the big guy being there. That should be a difference for both sides.
Well, definitely us. And I've talked to my players about this. Naturally, when they decide to go to the basket, and Wilt comes up to set a pick to look for Wilt, because Gilmore is a good shot blocker, and he tries to block everything, and he's pretty successful. And on the other end, I'm sure they'll be challenging Wilt, and they'll be passing the ball out.
Hey, this is your first coaching experience in the future. Will Elgin Baylor come back as a coach in the NBA?
I don't know, Rod. After tonight, I'll either be 1-0 or 0-1.
Elgin, you've always been great, and I know you'll do a great job with this game. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Rod.
Elgin Baylor, the coach of the NBA, and now here's Cliff Hagan with the coach of the ABA, Al Bianchi.
Thank you, Rod. The ABA is indeed fortunate to have Al Bianchi as coach, a 10-year veteran of the NBA with Syracuse Nats and then the Philadelphia 76ers. Al, this is a big game, no doubt about it, but are you and the ABA players really excited about it?
Well, there's no question about that, Cliff. I think it'd be a feather in our cap if we could beat the NBA. I think it means more to us than it does to the NBA. The NBA has been in existence a lot longer than we have, and we're out to win.
Well, no doubt about it. What about the experience? I was looking down the ages of the ball players, and it seemed like that the ABA has about 38 years of experience with about 85 for the NBA.
Well, that's always a problem, Cliff. You know, you can't, you really can't weigh that experience factor, but there's no question the NBA has more experience. Of course, we have youth, and we think we have some quickness, and maybe we can overcome that.
Well, basically, tonight, just what will you try to do with this much larger ball club here?
Well, as I said, Cliff, I think we have some quickness out there. We're going to try to get the ball out and run, and if we don't have the good opportunity shot or the layup off the fast break, well, we're going to put the ball inside and try to get some movement to the basket and get our centers in the act passing. And if no one's open, why, we're going to go right to it.
Well, great. Good luck to you.
We're ready for the introductions of the All-Star players from the National and American Basketball Association. We are now ready for the introductions of the NBA All-Star players. Daniels has twice been, he's on the right there, he's twice been the most valuable player in the American Basketball Association, and Will on the left. I guess everybody knows his records. He's the all-time leading scorer, the all-time leading rebounder in professional basketball. And, of course, this year was the key man in the NBA playoffs as the Lakers took it all in the NBA. And Daniels was the pivot man on the Indiana Pacers, who are champions of the ABA for the second time in 3 years. Here's Bob Love. He is from Southern University and the Chicago Bulls. Connie Hawkins from the University of Iowa and the Phoenix Suns, the forward. One of the great players in all of pro basketball, the captain of the Boston Celtics from Ohio State, John Havlicek. Another member of the Phoenix Suns from Creighton University, Paul Silas. One of the great players in New York basketball from the University of Detroit and the New York Knickerbockers, forward Dave DeBusschere. Getting a big New York welcome here tonight.
You know, Don, he's a tremendous competitor, and the fans really are appreciating it. He played with an injury, tried to play, did his best, and he's showing their approval.
Here is the second-year man from St. Bonaventure and the Detroit Pistons, Bob Lanier, 6'11". And the big man from L.A., from the University of Kansas, Wilt Chamberlain. Full grown.
Big Wilt's a favorite all over the league.
A great little backcourt player from the University of Minnesota, Philadelphia 76ers, Archie Clark. And from the Royals and Texas at El Paso, Nate Archibald. And one of the premier backcourt players of all time in pro basketball from Cincinnati and the Milwaukee Bucks, Oscar Robertson. And there is Gail Goodrich, who had such a great playoff series for the Los Angeles Lakers. He played collegiately at UCLA, 2 NCAA championship teams, now from the LA Lakers. And there is Elgin Baylor, who retired this past November in his 14th season in the NBA, considered by many, and two of them are sitting with me, as the greatest all-around player ever in the game.
Well, Cliff Hagan used to play against Elgin man-to-man. They went against each other. Cliff, I think you would agree with that. Baylor's probably the greatest all-around forward of all time.
Here now
He certainly was.
Excuse me, Cliff, the ABA All-Stars. This is Willie Wise, who played at Drake, and now is with the Utah Stars. From the University of Kentucky and the Kentucky Colonels, Dan Issel, an all-league forward. Here is a sensational player, much like Connie Hawkins of Phoenix in the NBA, Julius Erving. From Massachusetts and the Virginia Squires. A money player, native of New York, played at Dayton, plays with the ABA champion Indiana Pacers, Roger Brown. Here's the only man to lead the NCAA, the NBA, and the ABA in scoring from Miami of Florida and the New York Nets, Rick Barry. Mel Daniels, the center on Indiana, who you saw a little bit ago. 6'10" pivot man. Played collegiately in New Mexico. And here is the sensational rookie. He was both Rookie of the Year and Most Valuable Player in the ABA, and this is his first season. 7'2" Artis Gilmore from Jacksonville and the Kentucky Colonels. There's a fine backcourt player, Ralph Simpson from Denver. Played collegiately 1 year at Michigan State. There's Jimmy Jones from Grambling, backcourt player. George Thompson from the Pittsburgh Condors come out. And also coming out from Dallas is Don Freeman. He played at Illinois. And there's the head coach who you met earlier from the Virginia Squires, Al Bianchi. The officials for tonight's game are Joe Gashu and John Vanek.
Hello everyone, I spend a lot of time trying to get you guys nice videos, so please subscribe to this page, and please subscribe to my second page. The link to my second page is in the description section. Thank you.